I want you to understand two factors when I talk about what this 10-year review is. The first one is how I've got to where I am, and the second one is how I believe my brain works. So first, I've been disability support worker for many, many years, pre-NDIS. As a part of the rollout and the trial site in Townsville, I got to be a part of that and really talk about choice and control of the participant and help them transition from that block funding to that NDIS model. After that, I moved to Victoria, where I started my first role, where I wasn't really working in a support worker role. I got offered a management position. The way in which this came about was because I had a people and culture person within the company notice the passion I had for disability, the passion I had for the person, and said, instead of just helping one person at a time when you work with them, James, what if you could help many more? You could help 20 by holding a caseload. And then from there, I obviously went on to manage bigger teams. But for me, it's always been about best business is for the participant. Good participant outcome builds better business. And I've then gone through housing, where I'm at the point now where I work with multiple providers who are all on the track to give the best service outcomes and the best service they can give to someone with a disability to better their life as a business model. The second point I want to talk about is how I believe my brain works. So I spent all of my primary school years with severe learning disabilities. I was not able to read, I was not able to write appropriately, but I was able to retain information from lots of different places and work that into some kind of moldable opinion. I feel when it comes to the NDIS and the 10-year review, that I've watched over the last 3 years a lot of changes happen around the NDIS, a lot of conversation, a lot of what I believe just happened. You could have seen that in the past just by how things have changed. A bit of forecasting, business development, strategy development, all that kind of stuff. So I want to talk about that. So basically, I picture that my brain is much like AI, the modern keyword in business. Let's use AI. I take information from here, from there, things I hear, little short articles I read. I'm not a big reader of long articles, and we'll talk about that later. But, conversations I have with people. I go to a networking event and I hear a conversation someone else having, what someone's business strategy is, what someone's outcomes are for a participant. And we pull all this together, and then my AI brain goes, this is what it is. It's not always polished. It's not polished whatsoever. And just like AI, it needs to be edited. Just like if you write an article through AI, yes, it has all the content, but it's not edited for human consumption in theory. The other thing I want to say in this is that I have read a lot of articles, I've read a lot of people's posts, done a little bit of research into this 10-year review. I have not read the whole paper. And the key reason I have not read the whole paper is, as a child, I had severe learning difficulties and I hate reading. I hate reading on a mass scale. I am very much unable to read and retain information. And most things I do on a mass scale is because I find a way of listening to it. And I do a lot of driving in my job, and I'll quite often listen to stuff. The reason I have not read the whole thing, because I wouldn't read it anyway, is that I was not able to find a version or a way, because of the formatting of it, that I could listen to it. And if someone does have a way of doing that, I would love it, but I just don't have the ability to read such a massive document. I can read key points of it, pull them out, but a whole document is just not within my kind of capacity, I guess. In theory, I want to talk about 3 things in the NDIS and the changes and how I believe that those changes have come about.